All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Bears fans rejoice. Luke Getsy, along with a lot of other offensive coaches, have officially been fired. And folks, I think this means Justin Fields will be QB1 next season, because we also learned that Matt Eberflus will be the head coach for the Chicago Bears in the upcoming season as well. Personally, I think if Matt Eberflus had gotten fired, I think that means Ryan Poles was just going to blow everything up. Now, Bears GM Ryan Poles did say it will be the same mindset as last year. He needs to be quote unquote blown away to draft a QB at number one. He notes it's not just film, but the person itself. Caleb Williams supporters right now are up in shambles. And I love the way Ryan Poles is going about this. And I just want to say as well, we're going to see a ton of speculation in general. Because if you have the number one draft pick, which the Chicago Bears do have the number one draft pick, in fact, they have 2 top 10 picks, you never want to reveal your cards. So even if Ryan Poles was thinking to himself, yeah, we're taking a QB at pick number 1, he would never just come out and straight up say this. Now, this video is I'm pro Justin Fields. I think Justin Fields deserves at least one more season with a highly competent offensive coordinator. We'll talk about that a little bit later on in the video, but I think really good representation or a really good comparison for not, throwing all your eggs into drafting this quote unquote generational talent at QB that the media is hyping up. I want to look back to Trevor Lawrence. Now, I think Trevor Lawrence is a perfectly capable QB. However, he was highly touted heading into the draft as a can't miss prospect. He was a quote unquote generational talent. And what I want to ask my Bears fans and I want to ask my NFL fans watching this video right now is, who would you rather have as your quarterback on your team right now? Would you rather have Trevor Lawrence or would you rather have Justin Fields? There's obviously no right or wrong answer here, but I do want to hear you guys say that down below in the comments. Now, before we get any further into tonight's video, if you guys enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content, along with a couple of Bears videos every single week. Bears fans, if we could try and get this video to 100 likes, it would mean the absolute world to me. So when we look, we'll talk about Luke Getsy in just a second here. When we look at Justin Fields' career, in his first season, which feels like an eternity ago, who was the starting quarterback that season? Who was the head coach that season? That's right. The head coach was Matt Nagy. And the starting quarterback was not Justin Fields. In fact, it was Mr. Andy Dalton, the Red Raider. In fact, I went to, I think it was this home opener, and I think it was against Cincinnati, and it was Andy Dalton. And it was just so crazy to me that Andy Dalton was the starting quarterback for the Chicago Bears that season. The second year, they blew everything up. You bring new coaches in, you bring in pretty much new everything, and the Bears sucked. They were a horrible team. And Justin Fields was pretty much it. In fact, I would say if Justin Fields wasn't even on that team, I think they would have won maybe 1 or 2 football games. They ended up winning 3 games, and my Bears fans know this well. By the end of the year, it was clear as day. It was clear as day that this team was not trying to win football games. It was that freaking clear. That's how bad the Chicago Bears were. Now, this past season, where the Chicago Bears went 7-10, the year did not start out as planned, right? They lost every game in the first month of the season. People were calling for Justin Fields. People were calling for Matt Eberflus, Luke Getsy. They just wanted them to be gone. Justin Fields gets injured. He comes back, and he starts winning football games. Now, if you are a Bears fan, and you watch or you just watched the Bears play football this season, everyone likes to use Justin Fields' passing yards as like the go-to statistic. And we talk about on this channel all the time. I can easily give you data and statistics that tell you why Justin Fields should and should not be the quarterback for the Bears next season. As dysfunctional as Luke Getsy was, as dysfunctional as the entire Bears organization is, starting with the owners, they are unbelievably cheap. I hope Bears fans know this. I think they're just sick of saying it because it just feels like it's been like 20 straight years of cheapness within the ownership for the Chicago Bears. As crazy as the year was, this is my point. The Chicago Bears finished the season as the 18th best offense, which just to me, I know that's like slightly worse than average. I think that's an impressive statistic. And what we finally saw with the Chicago Bears, it's weird. It actually kind of started when Khalil Herbert went down, and they finally realized, like, oh, hey, we signed Dante Foreman for a very good reason, and the dude just kind of lit it up. He ends up, going on a leave. You get Khalil Herbert back. You've got Rashawn Johnson. You got Justin Fields' legs, obviously, and the Chicago Bears once again finished as one of the best rushing teams in the National Football League. Now, what I want to say is this: Luke Getsy, I'm sure he's a great guy. I don't mean to rag on him. I really don't. This is obviously not personal here. It starts with the Bears. And the Chicago Bears offensive coordinators have lasted more than 2 seasons twice in the past 25 years. The next Chicago Bears offensive coordinator will be the 13th OC in the past 26 seasons. That's incompetency. That is not good here. What I need the Chicago Bears to do, because you bring back Matt Eberflus, which I think means you're going to bring back Justin Fields, get an offensive coordinator who has shown that he can do what he's doing with a player like Justin Fields. I will keep it a buck with you. I think Cliff Kingsbury is the guy. I think he's the man for the job, but all of these players would actually, all these coaches would actually work. Kellen Moore, Eric Bieniemy, Cliff Kingsbury, Pep Hamilton. I mean, just hire somebody who's... Luke Getsy's quarterback in Green Bay was Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love. The fit, in my opinion, never made sense to begin with. And so what we saw from Justin Fields this past season, and it didn't really show up on the stat sheet because we all know Luke Getsy, it's, third down, here's a wide receiver screen. Robert Tonyan drop passes. Darnell Mooney drop passes. Tyler Scott drop passes. It became clear as day when Justin Fields came back and started doing his thing that the only competent wide receivers that were helping him out on a consistent basis were DJ Moore and Cole Kmet. And the connection we saw this year from Justin Fields and DJ Moore, I think, is evident, and I think the Chicago Bears agree with this, that he just needs a little bit more help at the wide receiver position. Maybe another tight end to help out Cole Kmet. DJ Moore had 96 catches for over 1,300 yards. He averaged 80 yards per game and had 8 touchdowns. I mean, it's clear when you watch Justin Fields play, it just wasn't as consistent as we all liked it to be because, like I said, he didn't have many options, that he should be the quarterback for next season. So trade back, draft Marvin Harrison Jr., draft the quarterback, or draft the wide receiver in the first 10 picks, and you have all this cap space, fill out the rest of your roster, and the Chicago Bears record next season will at least be flipped, in my opinion, at 10-7. So that's it for tonight. A little bit of a Bears Justin Fields hype video now that Luke Getsy's finally been fired. That's it for me. Hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content, but most importantly, Bears fans especially, who is your quarterback one next season?